Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Uche again with another video. What's going on from Chefchaouen? I think that's how you say it. Chefchaouen, Morocco, the Blue City, Morocco. Whew, this place is beautiful. Shout out to Morocco. Shout out to Moroccans. I am having a lovely time in Morocco. Okay, I'm ready to go though, Chad, because dinero. Whoo, Chad. But I am having a very good time here. I have had some ups and downs, but overall, it's been worth it so far. And I just wanted to come in here and drop in, like update real quick to say that I'm grateful. I am very grateful, in spite of my ups and my downs, my lows and my highs. Because what a time to be alive, okay? One of the really, really interesting things about this world tour that I'm doing is I get to do it as me. I don't know how to explain it, but like I've traveled to over 45 countries, okay? And that's not to brag. And I normally stay in hostels. I normally stay, if I'm not couch surfing, I stay in hostels. And I meet a lot of travelers from all around the world. And I'm used to being the only black guy in the room, the only black guy in the hostel, and maybe, other black people and things like that. And even when there are other black people, I'm the only Nigerian American or the only Nigerian or the only African. And I get to see the world from my perspective as a black person, as an African, as a Nigerian American, and as a queer person. And interestingly, I get to see how heteronormativity works. I get to see white privilege at work. I get to see straight privilege at work. I get to see accent privilege at work. I get to see all kinds of privileges. But I get to see all of this from Uche's perspective. Even sometimes when I'm so frustrated, I have to be humble and still enough to understand that this is a blessing. Like, I cannot imagine a whole different reality for me to see life as. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Like, this is so cool. Because think about it. How frequently do you see a young black person who travels the world? I'm not trying to brag, but I'm also being honest. How frequently do you hear of that? Or somebody from Nigeria? My Nigerian people, how frequently do you see somebody from your village traveling around the world, going to Morocco, going to, what was the other one? Colombia, going to Japan, going to all these places? How frequently do you hear about a black African queer person traveling the world in spaces where they are the minority? Not just the minority, like multiple minorities. This is so fucking exciting, scary sometimes, but excited. Like I feel like I won some type of lottery, if that makes any sense. And if you're interested in knowing my story as to what it feels like to travel as me, yo, tag along. I'm writing all about this, in my book. My books that I'm writing, I'm publishing a couple of books very soon. Fingers crossed, inshallah. And my poetry. I'm gonna be breaking all of this down, how what it feels like to be Uche, because it's one thing being black, it's another thing being African, it's nothing being American, it's nothing being Nigerian, it's nothing being queer, it's another thing just being the entire package. My with my blessings, my privileges and lack of all of that. Like, what a time to be alive. I feel like I cannot imagine a different person that I'd rather be. I get to see life from my own perspective. A white boy gets to travel and see life from a white boy's perspective. A straight person gets to see that, from their straight perspective. A woman gets to see from their perspective, and so on and so forth. I get to see life from my own perspective, and I cannot be more grateful for this, if that makes sense. Even on the days that are so low, I feel like I won the fucking lottery. Even when I'm going through so much, I'm like, yo, I'm going through this as Uche and not like anyone else. I don't know if I'm making any sense. If you are interested in knowing what it feels like to be me, some of the things that I'm dealing with on a personal level, like fighting these fucking algorithms, the way these algorithms are so fucking racist. If I was a white boy, yo, I would have millions of views by now because I have the intellect, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the fact that I'm a black person from Africa and also queer, and some of the things that I talk about are so controversial and anti, what's it called, capitalism, These algorithms are fighting me. I am getting, suppressed by these algorithms, suppressed by white supremacy, suppressed by heteronormativity. Even some of the black folks don't even support me. Some of my Nigerian people don't support me. Some of the, Chad, when I tell you, it's so exciting and also so humbling at the same time. I feel like I won some type of lottery, if that makes any sense. Again, if you're interested in knowing what it feels like to be me traveling the world and traveling through life as Uche, tag along, man. I'm gonna be spilling all kinds of tea through God who strengthens me. Let's get it. Uche, peace and love.